This game is rated E10 for ages 10 and up. For more information, please go to esrb.org.
Hello everyone, Kirby Volt here, but you can call me KV, and welcome back to the Tears of the Kingdom logs. In the last log, we went to hunt monsters. I'm pretty sure. We also got more. Well, no, we went to the secret passageway that was by Lookout Landing. We kind of explored around there to kind of see what was going on. And now we're back here at Lookout Landing because I want to hunt more monsters. Probably. We'll see what happens. Oh, I have a lot of pins that are over in the depths, it looks like. I'm trying to... We're basically, at this point, trying to check off everything we can possibly do. Every quest, every treasure chest. Not Koroks, because I'm not insane. But maybe I will be one day. Which, actually, I probably already am. But not to that degree of necessity. Well, it's not really a necessity. It's more of a desire. I don't have a desire to gather all the Koroks, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah, even past me doesn't know where we should go right now. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a shrine we haven't done? All right. Well, what have we done between logs? Oh, at this current time when I was playing, I started playing a free-to-play game called Omega Strikers, and their end license agreement was hilarious, because they also mentioned, like, hey man, like, if you like this contract is watertight, like in case, like, you happen to be reanimated of expired human remains, or infinity stone, gauntlet snap, fire, natural shortage of materials, supplies, power outage, embargo, warfare strike, rarely cause reasonably beyond our control. So it was just funny that, like, because like it mentions, like, the Borg from Star Trek and whatnot, or gods happening, like it was trying to be super like, hey man, if something happens, not our fault. Probably. Omega Strikers is a pretty alright game. It was interesting. It was a 3-on-3, kind of like a soccer game in a way. I was not very good at it, but I played as two characters and I thought they were really fun. Oh, he said something about a famous bard. That's referring to Cass. But that pen apparently is looking for Cass now, so I mean, hey, if we don't need a sequel to Tears of the Kingdom, we can at least get a side game starring Pen as he searches for Cass, right? Right? Come on, you wanna. And then there's these treasure hunter guys, and they're like, hey, we can't get over here because of all the mud. And then I was just like, well, Minoru, we can do the... Oh. Never mind. Wait, yes? Wait, no, yes? No? Maybe. I think the answer is yes. Do. Baba-doo. And then I got it, and they're like, what? Yeah, I'm after Misko's treasure as well. Oh, well, that seems to be a problem now, isn't it? Anyways, I did that. Also, he sent me into the ceiling, and it was like, what the heck? How'd that happen? And then also, did you know what the frost could do? It could jump like that! Like, that scared the crap out of me! Like, I was not expecting it to just lunge into the air like that. Like, how does that happen? We don't know. Anyways, that's all the stuff you missed between log 140 and 141, and again, this is nuts. It just... How that happened? We don't know how that happened. It just happened. Alrighty, so today we don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll figure it out. We're going to take this knight's broadsword because we can, and then we're going to put silver Horblin horn on it. Yeah. That looks kind of stupid, but it's fine. I have a lot of pins here in the depths, and I think these are all Frox locations. So we're going to go hunt some Frox. Or their treasure chest locations. One of the two. We're still missing 3 Blessings of Light. Wait, no. Lights of Blessing. Right. It's the... I'm still getting that wrong all the way to the end, because Blessings of Light just makes more sense grammatically. No, it's Light of Blessing. Nah. Hey everybody! Sorry I had to yawn right up there. What we doing down here today, huh? We gotta get some. We're checking a thing. I think we are consulting the consultants, which is whatever I looked up right now. Just to be sure, like, am I sure that this is a thing? And the thing past me looked it up and was like, yep, we're sure this is a thing. So yeah, okay, yeah, we're definitely hunting Froxes, because there's a medal for hunting them, and I want that medal, because it's silly, and I want it. Oh, well, that wasn't expecting that to work, but hey. Heck yeah, alrighty. Oh yeah, and that's probably why I put the Horrible Horn on there, because that way I don't waste a good weapon fighting this. Alright, are you gonna jump like your friend showed that you can do? Because I don't want to do that. Yeah, you just eat that, please. Now you're gonna jump a little bit when the explosion happens, but it's fine. Just gonna keep whacking away at the Zonite that you stockpile. Like, are the Froxes, like, related to the Zonite in any capacity? Whee! Froxes are actually pretty easy to fight once you know how to take care of them. So it's actually kind of fun to go and hunt all of them down. And I mean, they have the Ganon insurance. They'll be back. So we're not making them go extinct. We're just yeah, Master Sword's fine. Ooh, but the damage he's doing is pretty bad. Can we? No. Dang. Alright, well, how about... This should finish you off then, right? Not quite. No. Wow. Then I think Blue-White Frox is the highest tier of the Frox monsters, since they all follow... All monsters follow tiers. So, with your basic Bokoblin, obviously, you have the red Bokoblin, which is the lowest tier. Blue's the next one up. If I think Bokoblins could have had like other different classifications, there probably would have been another one. But then the next one is the 3-pronged horn Bokoblin. And technically, yes, they're black Bokoblin, but I'm not calling them that because of reasons. And then finally, the highest tier would have been the Silver Bokoblin. Now, if you were playing the super crazy hard mode in Breath of the Wild, that was DLC, I think there was Gold Bokoblins, but don't quote me on that. But Silver is the highest rank in Tears of the Kingdom. But not all the bosses follow that same hierarchy. Not all the monsters follow that hierarchy, not all the bosses follow that hierarchy. Some do. Like Lynel's follow that hierarchy. But, and Hinoxes also follow that hierarchy. There's red Hinox, there's blue Hinox, and there's no silver Hinox as far as I know. I think the silver Hinox stand-in would be the Stalnox, which technically is a different monster entirely, but, you know. But then other monsters, their hierarchies are a bit different. So, with the Gleeoks, for instance, the Gleeoks, they have 3 separate tiers that are the bottom tier, and then they have the King Gleeok, that's the top tier. The Froxes, I believe, there's just Frox, there's Blue Frox, and there's the one we fought, which is Blue-White Frox. And I think that's the tier of Froxes. The Flux Construct bosses, those are very easy to tell because there's 1, 2, 3. That's easy. In fact, all the Construct enemies follow probably the simplest hierarchy because it literally is just 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5. They can't count higher than 5. Which is hilarious because when you think about it, neither can Nintendo. Because they've only made... If you look at all the games that have official numbering on them, the highest they've ever counted to is 4. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh, wait, and Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4. Can't forget Pikmin 4. Otherwise, Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. When they get to 4, no, that's Mario World. Wario Land 4. Wario Land 4 is also another one on the count of the 4, but nothing past Wario Land 4. Technically speaking, if you boot up Metroid Dread, it does the like the very beginning cutscene says Metroid 5, Metroid Dread, but it's not there on the on the main title. It's Metroid Dread. And I mean, technically speaking, the Metroid series is going to have Prime 4, so that they count to 4 with Prime, but Prime series takes place between Metroid 2 and 3, from what I understand. And Metroid 3 isn't even called Metroid 3, it's called Super Metroid. So they couldn't count to 4 back then either. They could barely count to 3. Right now, Xenoblade is up to 3. We'll see if it counts to 4. There's Kirby's Dream Land 1, 2, and 3, but there's no Kirby's Dream Land 4. Instead, it goes to Kirby 64, which is technically related to Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3, but not related to Kirby's Dream Land 1. Very weird stuff there. Anyways, here's a Hinox. I think I was just looking for boss monsters in general, because there's a lot of boss monsters in the depths, and to get the medals, we need to kill all the monsters, which includes the monsters in the depths. And you'll be wondering, why are you doing this? What point does this serve? Because I can, because it's fun, and because I want to still explore what I haven't seen yet, and this actually is a good excuse to see more of the map that I haven't seen, because we've discovered all the light routes, but that doesn't mean we've seen everything that there is in the depths. What other series? I'm trying to think. Other Nintendo series that have not counted past 4. Or even to 4. Okay, Splatoon is at 3. Splatoon might be the very first series to have a Splatoon 5. But we have to get to Splatoon 4 first. I don't think it's going to be Pikmin. Like, I can see it being Pikmin 5, being the first Nintendo series to break the mold and actually have a 5th entry, but knowing how long Pikmin games apparently takes to develop, Splatoon is more likely to have the 5th entry first. And I mean, like, it literally says Splatoon 5 on the box. None of this Metroid 5, Metroid Dread, it's in the opening title sequence stuff. No, I mean, literally it says Metroid 5 on the box. Alright, so here's a Flux Construct 3. Should be pretty easy to... I mean, it should be pretty easy to deal with unless I just sit there and do nothing. Oh, come on. There's gotta be another one. I mean, I guess Pokemon, they at least count to 9 in terms of generations, but they're not saying it's Pokemon 9, they're saying it's the 9th generation. It's different. It's not the same thing. How's this gonna work? Oh, but sure. You know what? We take those. Master Sword's running low on energy. It's fine. Where the cube? There it is. Oh, thank you, Sidon. Holy crap, you were a bit aggressive there, my boy. Well, I mean, I guess Link knew him when he was a little kid, so I guess Link could call him my boy. Kinda, sorta, maybe. I would have given that to Minoru, if I'm being honest, but I guess that works too. Alright, some more bosses to go. Let's go for them. What other series? Zelda only counted to 2. Kid Icarus never counted. Ice Climber only has 1 game, but it'd be hilarious if they had another one. Oh, I've never seen a not cruddy Royal Halberd? Really? Oh. Wow, color me surprised. Yeah, I like the Star Fragment Staff because it's cool, but it's not very practical. So goodbye, Star Fragment Staff. Ah, never mind. I want it. It's cool. I need to have it. Gerudo Canyon might have... We've never been here? What? That's crazy. Because when the text shows up in the middle for a location, that text means, hey, this is the first time you've been here. You're discovering this area. If it's in the bottom left-hand corner, it means you've already been there. So we've never been here before. That's nuts. Trousers of Time. Okay. Makes sense. The Gerudo first appeared, or first shown in Ocarina of Time, so it makes sense that they'd hold one of the Hero of Time's outfit pieces. Maybe don't put a rusty halberd on the nice halberd. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. Dang, yeah. I love the I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, and that is perfectly fine. But I am loving discovering all these other things I haven't seen yet. Like, I'm glad that I kind of kept playing the game more than just going, oh, I guess we have Minoru now, let's go finish the game. Because, as you know, I've mentioned it before, but I'll tell you again, there is 160 logs total for the Tears of the Kingdom logs. So we still have roughly 20 or so logs left. So a lot of this now is just going to be the plain discovery factor of just kind of seeing things, looking a few things up, obviously, to kind of give me a good idea of where to go. But at the very least, seeing things that we haven't seen yet, which is kind of crazy because the game is so vast as it is already. It's kind of nuts that you still can find new things that you haven't seen yet this late into the game. And I really, really love that. And I've definitely kind of gotten addicted to that type of gameplay style because now I've been trying to 100% maps in Genshin because I'm crazy. But also I've kind of found that stuff relaxing. Like, it's the kind of thing that you enjoy it as you're going, and you either kind of relax with it, or it's a good thing to basically you put on, that's your main focus task for a little bit, and you put something on, like you put a video on, a stream or something, and you kind of just vibe out. Like, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a perfectly good way to enjoy a game. Although thinking when I recorded this, I was definitely not doing the vibe out. I was definitely focusing strictly on the recording because, hey, look what we found. There is a Yiga base here that we definitely haven't taken care of yet. So let's go beat the crap out of these guys. Gonna use my Depths Tunic right now to try to alleviate any potential gloom damage. And we did a good job at that. Now, I say I haven't tried 100% Genshin maps, but I have Mario and Luigi Brothership that I've finally put into my Switch after like 5 days. I still haven't started the dang game. And Dragon Quest III is coming out this week of recording. It'll be out by the time this video is uploaded. So I have some RPGs I need to go through, but I've just been like, yeah, man, I want to just kind of vibe. I'm still going through Card NCL, which has been a fantastic roguelike deck builder game. Actually, no, I think we have been to the Saga base. This looks kind of familiar. Survey team, terrain resembles... Okay, this looks familiar. I don't know if Past Me connects the dots, but this does look familiar as far as a diary entry I got from them. So I think the actual hut that's holding the treasure chests is up here? Yeah. Oh, we have not done this one yet. Okay, I thought we did. Maybe it was one that, like, we came here and I thought we did it, but we didn't actually do it. Like, we didn't find the dude to beat up. But hey, we got it now. And yeah, I think a huge reason why this resonates with me so much is because it reminds me of Wind Waker. And in Wind Waker, you had all the different, like, little things you could do while you're traveling on the ocean. And I just really enjoyed that. And this is a smoke rocket. Okay. That's, like, maybe useful. Maybe. Oh, I'm glad he dropped his stuff right there so we can just grab it. Because with Wind Waker, I loved exploring that ocean map. Like, I 100% Wind Waker multiple times because I just had so much fun exploring and finding everything. And this definitely is a harken back to that, in my opinion. Maybe not the exact same caliber, definitely a lot bigger, and not the same methodology of to getting there, but it reminds me of that a lot. And again, Wind Waker I just think is one of the best Zelda games ever made. It's up there. It's my number 2 Zelda of all time. I mean, if it wasn't for Agat Canyon Mine, if it wasn't for Agat Canyon wait, Canyon Mine. Large Zonite crystallized shards. Okay, that's good. And also looks like there's a Talus over there. We go beat that up. Which we will. Let's put on the gear for it. I just really like, to me, the Zelda games are all about the sense of adventure. The story is great. Like, I like having a story in them, but it's not the focus in a Zelda game. The adventure is the focus. And the adventure is wherever you want to take it. And so the games that are more adventurous are definitely more up my alley than the ones that are... Like, Skyward Sword, again, is a good game. Like, I think people harp on Skyward Sword way too much. It's a good game, but it is linear, and it's definitely something that's not... I don't really like that type of style comparatively to this or Wind Waker or Link's Awakening in a sense, which Link's Awakening is also a bit more linear, but it still has an exploration factor for as small of a game as it is. All right. Well, why is the gloom not affecting me right now? I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, just like, wait a minute, the gloom's not affecting me. I thought it would, because I'm literally standing on top of it, but I guess standing on monster with gloom does not equate to standing in gloom. Sure. Alright, let's do this. There we go. Now, the Taluses don't have tiers either. The Taluses are all the same tier, they just look different. There is the one that's called Rare, but I, for the life of me, don't know what separates it from regular Talus. Alright, bye-bye, Talus. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, put the Frost Talus Heart on. Yeah. Ooh, nice damage. And it's going to do some freezing as well. So on that note, I guess then, for definitely sure, my fifth favorite Zelda now is Echoes of Wisdom, because it does have that freedom of exploration. There is some linear elements to the game, but after the prologue, you basically can kind of do whatever the heck you feel like. I mean, you won't advance the story, but you still can do whatever the heck you feel like. Alright, we're going to go to the sky now, because I made a pin there. So I think from here on out, the main objective is that I look something up if I don't know specifically where to go, and then I make a plan of how to get there by making some pins on the map, and then we go. So it's not 100% me figuring it out on my own, but also we've seen logs already where I do that, and while they're enjoyable to an extent, they can be kind of repetitive. And I understand why. It's the nature of this type of game. So in order to alleviate that, I'm trying to make better plans for how each log goes, since it is just exploration. And sorry, my leg fell asleep, and it's just like, wow, that is crazy. What happened to it? It just fell asleep. I'm just like, man, please stop being asleep. All right, should we get the vehicle out? Yep, here we go. I have some interesting favorites safe there. Oh, it's a flame Gleeok? You sure? Alright. Although, thinking back on everything I've just said now, I think a game like this, I'm more prone to accept, like, here's a bunch of exploration. I don't particularly care for it in 3D platformers as much, I think. Like, I don't mind it, but I guess I'd much rather play a Mario Odyssey than a Mario 64, which sounds weird because they're technically still very similar games, but I think the idea of being able to explore and kind of not having to worry about, like, oh, here's... I don't know, I guess it's the Mario 64 versus Banjo-Kazooie arguments. Just the fact that you get thrown out of the stage after you get a star on Mario 64 is kind of annoying. So I guess in that regard, Banjo-Kazooie to me is the better game. But I also just don't like Mario 64. Like, I think all the other 3D Mario games are better than Mario 64. But it's probably nothing to the game itself. It was the first time they did that. It's still the growing pains of, hey, this is the first time we're doing it, so I'll give it the slack on that, but I do definitely prefer stuff that came after it. Old map? Well, have we done this? We haven't! All right. Okay. Well then, we have our next heading of where to go. Although, if I think about it now, I think it's really... I think the controls in Mario 64 were kind of bad. Early 3D game, so camera issues... And the controls, like, well, you gotta play it with an N64 controller. The N64 controller is a bad controller design. I'm sorry. It just is. Like, no. That is... Ugh. I am sticking by the fact that Nintendo made almost the perfect controller design with the Super Nintendo and then just abandoned it for 3 generations for some reason, which is hilarious, because literally everyone else copied that design. PlayStation used that design. PlayStation eventually added the dual joysticks, and then Xbox came along, and it basically iterated on what PlayStation did by iterating on the Super Nintendo controller, by just moving one joystick to further up than the other. The GameCube controller almost followed that design, but it missed the mark on the weird button placements it did. Better controller than the N64, for sure. But man. And then the Wii, like you had the Wii remote, which honestly was a pretty cool and functional idea, and the nunchuck wasn't a bad combination. But it's still really weird that, like, for the Wii it makes sense because they wanted to use the sensor and everything, so like it made sense there. But again, they eventually had the classic controller that you could plug into the Wiimote, which finally brought back the Super Nintendo controller design with some joysticks now. But it's just super weird that, like, 1991, here comes Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and it's like everyone followed that control setup basically after that, except Nintendo. Nintendo will do what it wants, and that's okay, because it's trying to innovate, and sometimes innovation isn't what you want to see, but sometimes it's exactly what you need to see. And I know some people are thinking, what about the Sega Saturn? It didn't follow that. No, it didn't, but the Dreamcast did. So it caught up to all the competing consoles eventually. The competing consoles. Ay, ay, ay. Above? Oh, so there is. Hello there. May I interest you in a, please come down? Yeah, okay, we'll just, I mean, we're not really using these for anything right now. Now the question is, how are we going to fight this thing? I don't have a clue. That's going to be the fun part. And I think this Gleeok I actually ran into, so I marked it on my map. This wasn't something that I had to look up. This is something I definitely came across, and I was like, how the heck do we fight this thing? And now I know there's a reward for getting all of them. Now I want to fight it. Need to be a little higher up. Oh, the turnarounds! Smart thinking! Oh, still got a little bit of damage left. Alright, this should just fall to its death, basically, of how high it was up. Apparently not. Okay, well. We got it on the ground, at least. So we can fight it proper. We did a lot of damage to it, as it is, so that's pretty dang good. Unbearable heat. Yeah, that's why I'm... Oh, unbearable heat is not the same as burning. So we'll do this instead, and then we'll be letting fire later anyways, because these are the worst ones. It's unbearable heat and sets you on fire. It's 2 other conditions for the price of 1. Can I? I am doing terrible at trying to snipe. That's why I don't play shooting games. Well, I play jump and shoot games, but not shooting games. The jump and shoot genre is older than the shooting genre, I think. The jump and shoot genre is Mega Man games, by the way, in case that wasn't obvious. Hey, may I go, please? Okay, that's a lot of fire that you're throwing at me right now. Did that go through? Okay, well that one did. Alrighty, and one more. Oh, okay, that one missed. That one also... Okay, we're maybe a little too close. Okay, there we go. Alright, team. We got this. Yeah, you know, we'll get that one hit in. What am I looking for? Do I have other eyeballs I haven't used yet? Oh. Okay, well, that was a nice idea, but I don't... Yeah. We haven't actually seen what you do in this situation with the fire Gleeok, have we? With the flame Gleeok. We just... I mean, maybe we have, but I don't remember. I think it's just... it falls, it makes giant gusts, and we ride gusts. Or it doesn't. I thought it did. It looks like we're in giant gusts, but maybe past me doesn't understand that we're in giant gusts. Yeah, we're in giant gusts past me. It wasn't super obvious to tell, but yeah. Oh, baby. Okay, there we go. There we go. Take some damage. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. That damage it did right now falling was more damage than it fell from even higher up. How does that work? Just... Okay. Sure. Well, it's gone. We did it. Let's get in there. No, it's too steep. We have to have a nice flat pathway, or that works too. 45-degree angle at the very most. All right, so where to now? We've done pretty much every. Oh, right. That's definitely a shrine we haven't done yet. Let's go take care of that. Getting a lot of things accomplished. We got so many boss monsters done. Discovered some more treasure chests in the depths. Like, love when a plan comes together. I've never seen the A-Team. I just know that's a quote from it. Shh, 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 shh. Look how happy Yonobo looks in his little charge button thing. He's just like, hey man, check me out. Also, did Yonobo have the little goatee in Breath of the Wild? You know, I gotta go look that up right now. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did. Let's look up Yonobo. Oh, no. Yonobo. Right. Can you please show me like a gallery of what he looked like in... Oh yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't have that goatee in Breath of the Wild. Huh. Never noticed that. Well, I did now, because I was looking at his little icon, so... Yonobo was really growing up. I mean, he became a bit of a jerk for a little bit, so actually, that was a good question. Did he grow that goatee out of his own volition, or is that something he grew out when he was under control of the dumb mask thing? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, hey, buddy. Go. Just... Yeah, just, you know what? Have some freeze. Alright. Good talk. Okay, so I've been in this cave before, but I just never found the shrine in here, which is interesting. But I'm gonna guess I probably didn't have the shrine radar on when I was in here last time. Maybe don't waste that, because that's... Yeah, come here, Yonobo. Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, he's fine. he's fine. We don't need to worry about him. Oh, I guess we do, kind of. Well, actually, no. If he runs over here... Oh, he's gonna throw... Well, okay, he can't. He can't throw a rock at us because it's gonna hit the ceiling. So, not a threat. Anyways. Yep, there we go. Oh, hey, you want to just crawl a little bit over there? Yeah, right there in the water. Bye. I will take your materials, though. Thank you. Yeah, it was right here the whole time. Oops. Well, it's a good thing that the light roots and the shrines line up with each other so you can find one or the other if you're not being very careful. So, this is the last of 3 shrines we have, I'm pretty sure. We're not going to go in? We are not going to go in yet, just in case it's a long shrine. It probably won't be, because it's close to Lookout Landing, so I think they meant you to do this at the beginning of the game, but we don't know for sure. What we will do at Lookout Landing, I believe, is we have some things to take care of regarding the usage of batteries. Is that what we're going to do? Or are we going to... No, I think we're actually going to talk to the monster dude and say, hey man, how many monsters are still left of each of these categories? Alright, how about the big monsters? Stone Talus. There's 41 left, okay. Hinox. There's 1 Hinox. Ooh. Alright, unusual monsters. Sky Giant. 11 of those still left, okay? We got all the Gleeoks! That was the last Gleeok! Yeah! We're so freaking cool, we did it! Got all of them, including the one that was in the sky. Gleeok Monster Medal! I thought it looked like a castle, but it's actually 3 heads. So I'm not sure because I think that we got all the Froxes too. Well then. Because I know we only have 1 Hinox left. I don't recall if we actually get all the Hinoxes or not. I'm pretty sure I don't get the Flux Constructs or the Taluses because there's just too many Taluses. Still. That's a lot of boss monsters we've slain, and we have the proof of it, which is so cool. I also like that the little kid Goron stopped just to see us, like, taking off all the monsters and everything. I wish you could, like, wear these at the very least. That would be kind of cool. Wear them, like, on... I mean, it wouldn't work for all the clothing, because if you're wearing the Gerudo Vo outfit, you'd be sticking it on his bare chest, but for most of the clothing it would work, just to put it like right there on his chest to like show all the monsters you've beaten up. That'd be kind of cool. Oh well. At this time, we are almost out of time for this log of Tears of the Kingdom. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's always appreciated. Tears of the Kingdom is available on Nintendo Switch, and it will be playable on the Switch's successor. I can't believe I actually get to change the outro at the these very last 2 logs because they announced that things will be playable on the Switch's successor, which is amazing. Pick up Tears of the Kingdom if you haven't already. Maybe wait for the new system. I don't know. Your choice. There's also plenty of other great Zelda games on the Switch, and hopefully available on the Switch's successor as well. Most importantly, though, please have a wonderfully great day, and I will see you all on the next one. Until then, ciao.